One of the beautiful things that we've got here is we've got this sense of community that we've also created over the years. So not only do we have our own little oasis sitting here where we've got the ability to just go outside and sit under the fig tree, or if we're feeling social we can sit out the front of the house, but with the community we've created we've got a lot of people that we know, and so we do often have Friday night porch drinks around here where neighbours, whoever are in the area, they come over. Wintertime we set a fire up and it always turns into quite an event.
Well, I think the feeling of an oasis, because we love the different areas that you can sit. I find that a really nice thing for inside, outside. It's really nice, so we feel as if we're retreating from the busyness of the high street. Croydon is very important to us in terms of our home, but also our lifestyle, because it means we can literally walk around the corner to work. We've run a business from the shops that are really old shops that have been in the area for a very long time. There's great cafes, there's clothing stores, there's a homeware store, so we can really be part of a small urban suburban, which we love. So we're not just a house in the street, we feel part of something that has meant we could run our life and bring up our children while having a business. Well, the kitchen, when it came to the design of it, we had to factor in that it was about being in an open space and how we would use that space, and we like to entertain. So we really liked the idea of a really big long bench where we could all sit around, but also cook from, but also hide the mess behind the little brick mid wall. And being an open kitchen, obviously it's accepting that you'll see some of that mess, but for us that's about the heart of the home, as they say, with the kitchen. And
it's one of the things I love about the kitchen is the slate benchtop, because there are very few places in the world where you could say I want a 5 metre long benchtop of natural material of a certain thickness, and we just literally spoke to the people out at Mintaro Quarry and said this is what we want, and they said yeah, just sit back and wait. And so we only had to wait about 6 months for them to literally find that piece of stone in the quarry up at Mintaro, and it could get shipped to us without cracking.
The polished concrete floor was initially a bit of an experiment in a European aesthetic, because we integrated the wood beams within the concrete, which wasn't an easy thing to do, but our concrete did an excellent job. And it had a rustic element straight away, so we wanted the area to feel like it had been here for many years, even though it was a new extension. And it's just worked really well. It's a hyper floor finish, so it's a marbleized finish, which means it's incredibly commercial grade, and that it's hard wearing, and it's great with all of the pebbles because it really hides dust and dirt.
So the studio, when we originally came to the house here, the studio was a shed.
Yeah,
a shed that was just
very rustic shed.
very rustic shed, and we were just looking to reclad it. And so again, local community friends happened to be in steel construction, helped me effectively rebuild the studio before we reclad it. And then just before COVID, I'd made the decision that we were going to gut it and totally redo it. A few beautiful quirky things that we did as we were doing it, such that we would find old pieces and recycle them and upcycle them, and an exquisite buttermilk benchtop, Terrace benchtop.
We'll miss most about this area. That's a tricky question, but it would have to be the people. It's a very special community. We have amazing neighbours who we'd love to take with us, but that's just not going to happen. We will miss the proximity to our cafes. Really, like, it's a pretty special place to be. And it is an urban suburban, and I think that's what we really were invested in ourselves in creating when we opened up our shop. We had friends that then opened the cafe, another friend that opened another one of the shops. So it's kind of been a long time evolving the whole area. So I think we'll miss that attachment to that. It's been part of our identity for a long time.